I love it. I love it. I swear I need to figure out a way. Copyright infringement issues. Justin Bieber needs to be on my intro song. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So happy April Fool's Day, you guys. And I'm sure you're wondering who my mystery guest is. So first of all, thank you so much for taking your time for joining me today and my mystery guest. And I hope you guys have been sparkling, spreading positivity, abundance, respect, kindness, love everywhere. So without any further ado, I'm going to add her into the stream. And yes, it's a girl.
Hello.
Amy back.
Yes. I never went anywhere.
I'm just like, and you know what? It's April Fool's Day. And I'm like, I really don't like the energies are so weird on today. I'm like, let's just have fun. Let's just be silly. And Amy and I are fun and silly, as you know, as everybody who knows her loves her. So I was like, let's just have Amy on because she's my bestie and my twin flame and amazing. So you take a moment and introduce yourself to the individuals who don't know your amazing magic yet.
Yeah. Oh, where to begin, right? Like that's always so much like, whew, what do I tap into? What is it that I want to voice about me?
I mean, I could take over and brag about you all day, but I'm giving you.
Well, and what some of the things we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to go in and really talk about the last few years, how much I have dove into the world of energy healing.
Yes.
And it's been a part of my journey the last 4 years. It's something that I would have never thought that I would have been drawn to. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Never was I this open to explore outside of a very logical way of thinking. And it's just been the most magical ride. I was thinking earlier today, the more and more we explore and open these kinds of awareness up in us, gifts, the kind of gifts that open up inside of us too, different kinds of psychic abilities, different kinds of ways of tapping into your intuition. And I mean, it's just this whole world that we are really kind of hidden from.
Oh yeah. And same for me. Never, ever did I think I was going to be an energy healer or do any of this stuff. And I don't even know if you guys know that I do that. I mean, yes, I'm an emotion resonance clearing practitioner and I work with quantum frequencies, but I also energy heal and I get premonitions and I channel. And it's just like, where did that come from? Like I worked in corporate America. I was a dance teacher. Like I don't know. I mean, I've had this creative aspect to myself all my life, but it's very interesting because I have had, I've been reconnected with part of my family who I never knew recently. And I've actually discovered that several of them are energy healers and psychics. And I never knew that part of me. So then I was like, I'm home. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I belong. Like, you know, it was so fascinating to me. My long lost cousin, I won't mention her name, but like we cried because we were like, we found each other. Like we're the same person and we've never, ever met in 40 years. But we're like the exact same person. And I feel like that with you and I. Like we were just written in the stars, you know?
And you meeting, you know, this cousin and you and I meeting each other, who knows if we would have been able to connect years back when maybe we weren't in the place that we're in our consciousness and in the self-mastery, in all of this work that we're doing and how we're really wanting to open that up and spread it. I mean, you through this show of yours, right? Like we want to share this. And so we were at that point in time on the same mission. And that's when we got to
and that's why I thought it was so important to show the audience that you had an IT background. I mean, you're an IT genius. Like years ago, there's no way that this was even going to be a possibility. You didn't even know if it was real kind of thing. Right. And so we were talking about this after the show. We were like, you know, that gives so many people hope and inspiration. If they feel pulled to it at all, if they feel like curious about it at all, if they see us speaking and they're like, ooh, what is that? Why do I have a tingle in my shoulder? Why do I have a tingle right here? What's going on? Oh, is that why I burp all the time? Like we're keeping it real, you guys. It's April Fool's Day. Yeah. And so a lot of people, when they release stagnant energy for people, this is actual energy that needs to be released. So you will see us, we will yawn, we will burp, unfortunately. There are other things that happen too with energy healers and their body that I'm not going to mention, but like, like I can't tell you how many
There's
times I'm on a
lot that
session and
comes
I'm
out.
like, you know,
Uh-huh.
silently burping. And I will never forget when the first time I got interviewed on Live with Giants or Wake Up with the Giants TV, like I kept burping under my breath because I was releasing so much because I was like having so many realizations. And it was just like,
Isn't it so interesting, right? It happens as I'm doing releasing on clients, you know,
yes,
during an energy healing session, but then also when I'm speaking something out loud that is my truth and I'm for the first time giving it the awareness. Don't get me
yeah,
started.
we just burped. My husband's going to be like, did you literally just burp on your show? Like, no, we did
But
not.
when we
We're
speak it
very
out loud
discreet,
and
but
we're
like,
giving it the power and the awareness and the voice that actually is emitting frequencies out of our mouth,
yes,
right? The frequencies
yeah,
that in itself, it's an energy release. It's also a confirmation. Like for me, it's like, oh, well, there was my truth.
there we go.
You
Exactly.
know,
And
it's
actually,
so
you just found out
interesting.
recently from your amazing friend Genevieve what it means to burp when you release, right? So, what was that?
Yeah, this Ayurvedic and like I'm so I don't have the words for this. So this is gonna you chime in, Nicole, because you're gonna know more
Okay.
about this. But
Okay.
it's Ayurvedic and it's the Vada. How would you
The
pronounce
Vata.
that? Um level of, you know, when you can tap into energy and through our anatomy, the layers and levels that you can go through to be able to pull out energy and tap into this, and this is in on the deepest level of the cellular level, the vata. Look at you.
You guys, this is not cool. Keep going.
It's what happens
I
when you
know.
pull two people together that do energy healing work. It's like just this constant.
Well, plus I've got my apophyllite right here and my Lumarian quartz right here. So I'm kind of already.
Ooh. Ooh, show us more of the Lumerian. Hold that one
Oh,
back
well,
up
okay, wait.
again.
I want to show
Okay.
you the apophyllite. The apophyllite is so gorgeous. I think it's
Oh,
prettier than a
wow.
diamond. It's just so beautiful. And it helps you increase your channeling ability. And this is the Lumerian quartz. And actually, there's a really cool story with this. So I got this in a mystery box. I used to do like these, I would purchase my crystals through like virtual crystal parties. And I signed up for a mystery box. It was like $100 mystery box. And this was in it. But do you see these
Wow.
two little baby Lumerian quartzes?
Mhm.
When the woman opened up the box, and I mean, there was over $600 worth of amazing crystals in this box. She was like, oh, it's your two little girls. And I was like, oh my gosh, you were so right.
Aw.
Like, this was meant for me. I love this. I love this crystal so much. Anytime that I go live, I always have this crystal near me.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh,
Yes.
the energy that we can tap into with crystals and with, right? I mean,
Yeah.
in all the ways of being able to help receive either clearing or healing or messages. So many tools. Like,
This
yeah,
will
if this
increase.
is a
Yeah.
new
I mean,
world to
literally.
you,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I use
there's
this all the
so
time to align to the, especially aligning to the crown chakra when I feel disconnected or something is going on, you know, like I'm feeling these external energies. And it's April Fool's Day. And that's why I was like, you know what? April Fool's Day can be a lot of fun. It can. It can be silly and fun. And I'll tell you a little story about that. But it can also be really trying and really cause anxiety. And people can use it in a malicious manner. They can pull tricks on people that they dislike or that they have a specific negative energy towards or whatever it is. And like they don't even think about how that's really, really affecting the person that they're doing that trick on. And I was like, I want one of the focuses of the show today to be how do we protect ourselves from that? And that's especially, I was like, oh my gosh, Amy is perfect for this because she's the one that introduced me to this release mantra. And I do it several times throughout the day. So, do you want to go ahead and share with them the release mantra to help them protect themselves?
yeah. You know, this is something that I offer in a lot of different aspects. So not only it's something that I put into practice when I feel like I'm absorbing somebody else's energy or somebody else's emotions. When I was first introduced to it, I was taking on so much of what a family member's big trauma that they were currently going through. And I was taking on that energy and emotion as if it was my own, to the point where the rest of the day outside of after the conversation, I have to sleep the rest of the day off. I'm just beyond emotionally exhausted from taking that on. And so it's something that I really pass along to clients for so many reasons. One, maybe they're an empath and they take on energy and emotion. And this can be, you don't even need to be in the same room as someone. You don't even need to be on the phone call with them. All of a sudden you're hit with some heaviness and you don't know where it's coming from. So I pass it along for that. Also, for myself, to keep my vibration high, we always talk about, right? Like only good vibrations, or how do I keep, this high vibe person, or right? Like, and what does that truly mean? For me, how I keep this a part of my practice is if I have a thought come up that really I don't want. It could be anything from seeing something and feeling a little bit of envious of it, or a little bit of jealousy of that, or
Mm-hmm.
or a negative emotion, seeing someone and it's an instant, oh, right? Maybe I don't like that person. Just anything that is not keeping me really moving out of the highest, purest level of pure unconditional love, every thought, I use this release mantra. So when a thought comes in, I'm like, I don't want this, or an emotion comes in, and it may be mine, it may be somebody else's. I honor it, love it, and then I release it.
Yep.
And so again, through thoughts, through taking on somebody else's energy, or even you're in a repetitive pattern, and you're in the day and you're finding that you're repeating this pattern, this, again, maybe a thought process or a way that you were so used to doing things. I allow it to be a very quick, it snaps me back into reality.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I'm
I
going
mean,
to just
do
walk.
this, like you'll do this at the grocery store. You'll be like under your breath. Like if anybody ever sees
Yeah.
her, she's like,
Yeah. So let me
do
tell
it
you
anywhere.
all that, this is something when I worked in, a corporate job, and here I am conducting a meeting and there's 20 people in the room and I'm standing up and I'm conducting a meeting. If I could feel anxiety come on, if I could feel uncomfortableness, or who am I, right? Any thought, it doesn't matter if it's mine or not mine, if it's energy I picked up or some kind of thought that's not serving me,
Yeah.
I would in front just, oh, let me grab a drink, hold on for a moment. I mean, whatever to distract. And literally, if I'm holding my water and just thinking,
Oh, there, you're
feeling like
blocking it. Oh, I like that.
that I'm
My
itching, that there's
girls
just an
see me doing it
itch.
and they're like, oh, mommy's mad. Like if they're having a tantrum, I'll be like,
and it's specifically, I go to my heart and I put some kind of pressure or awareness on it, for one, to help remind me that I'm tapping into my body, to bring my awareness here. And then literally in my head, I'll say it. There's times that I'm like, if I can walk into maybe a big public place and I feel all of the energy just come in and attack me, I'll excuse myself and go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, I'll sit and do it. It's something in a practice, like you said, in a grocery store. It doesn't matter where I'm at. This is something that I go through, and you jump on it very quickly. Do you want me to mention what that is real quick?
Yeah, just do just do the beginning of it. And then I'm going to have them drop a heart emoji below if they want you to send it to them.
Okay. So it's a 2-step process that you repeat 3 times, but I'm just going to give you one quick piece of it. And it's coming here, dropping into your heart, dropping into your body, feeling that you're here and you're present. And it is, I release any negative energies, negative entities, cords or attachments that are not serving my higher self. And I release them and send them to source. And with that, I take a big breath all through my body and do a release. And when I first started this practice, it would take me my 3 rounds, and then I could feel, okay, that's gone now. I'm back in my pure energy, and pure energy feels like just complete peace. So it would take me, right? I would have to get through my 3 rounds, and And then I would feel that. Now it's in so much practice that immediately when I'm like, I just come here, it's like, oh, all right, fine, we know what to do.
Yeah.
Release
And you
from
taught that to
Amy.
your daughter, right? Your daughter knows how to do
Yes.
that now, and
My
she gets anxious and stuff.
6-year-old, yeah, my 6-year-old, she has this memorized. And there's times
Oh,
that
I love
I
it.
sit and say, how can I help you? And she's, let me do the release, right? And she'll drop into it. My
Yeah.
son, my 11-year-old, has switched it up in his own beautiful way
Mhm.
that he identifies what emotions in me do I not want right now.
Okay.
And so he will identify them. I release sadness,
Oh, I love that.
frustration, and I send it off in a spaceship to outer space to never return. And then he does his breath work.
Oh,
So he has his own way of identifying what is it in me that I want
yeah.
that release on.
I
And
love
then
that.
yeah. There's
Oh,
another process that we have to call back and protect ourselves. So
yes.
so
Yep.
that can be sent to those really looking to put the whole thing in place.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And so we talked about our little kids a little bit. I have to tell you, my Adriana, it is April Fool's Day. So she did the cutest thing this morning. Okay, so first of all, my husband told me that like my tire was flat, somebody bashed in my window. Like he from the get-go, he's been trying to get me. And I'm like, it's April Fool's Day. You can't do this. And my mother's birthday is today. So I've
Oh,
always, happy birthday, mom. I love you. She doesn't,
happy birthday, Mama Nicole.
yeah, she doesn't have Facebook, but hopefully she's on YouTube. But I have, oh my gosh, you guys, I have gone above and beyond in the worst way to surprise her, like to shock her. And that's why I'm like, some people aren't so nice on April Fool's Day sometimes, because that was me. That used to be me. I actually called her from a payphone one time with my boyfriend when we were in high school. And we said that we eloped and that we were in Las Vegas. Like, I mean, and it took, like, she believed it for a while. And then she was like, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, I know this is not happening. I've done the thing where like, I'm in the hospital. Like you guys do not do that. Do not call somebody and tell them that you're in the hospital. Do not do that. Like
Guilty on that one.
I know everybody has, but like now that we're older and we understand like the anxiety that actually creates in somebody's body, like, so when somebody loves you and your loved one calls you and says that they're, especially right now, like, are you kidding me? Like, please don't do it. And that's why I was like, okay, we have to teach this release mantra because people are going to need it today. But Adriana, it's so cute. We have 2 little baby lizards. We just got them. So once we are able to hold them, maybe I'll bring them on the show and show you guys. They're so precious. They're little crusty geckos. But
Little
so
snowflake, right? Snowflake is
and Emerald. And we brought a box to her preschool and she held her hand over it. And I went in and I was like, I'm so sorry. I tried to get her not like, she was so excited. She wanted you to meet them. And the teacher knew about the babies. And so she was just like, are those the baby lizards? And I was like, I know she's not allowed to bring anything to school. I promise I'll bring them back right now. Like, she just wants to show them to you. And Adriana like walks up with the box and she's like, April Fools.
That's cute.
It was the cutest thing ever. And I was like, yeah, go girl. And then today, oh my gosh, right before this show, I was looking everywhere for my brown wig. I have a gorgeous brown wig and I was going to trick you guys. I was going to be like, got my hair done yesterday, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Like those kind of things, those are really fun. And that's what April Fool's Day should be about, right? The fun things. So Amy, like what's the most like shocking or surprising thing somebody's done to you on April Fool's Day? Like where they really, really got you?
I don't know if anybody's really got me. I played a horrible one though. I'll mention what I did.
Still mean.
Like,
I
really don't
spilled
think anybody's. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever got me. Like, this was 7 years ago. I was pregnant. I was 9 months pregnant. I was 2 weeks away from delivering.
You did not.
And I was with family and my husband, and so I had siblings there with their spouses, and we were all on a big trip in California. And I forget where my husband at the time, maybe he was at the grocery store. And me and my brother did this whole video and photos of him pushing me in a wheelchair. Like, and I'm like hanging on like this, like,
oh my gosh,
that we are rushing to the hospital.
You did not. Oh my gosh.
And then I went into labor. There was like no laughing about that. It doesn't matter how many days had passed. That was the worst thing I could have done to him. Man, yeah. At the time, it was hilarious.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was perfect for you. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh wow. Yeah, now I'm remembering. I've put a fake snake under my mother's pillow so many years. It's not even funny. Like, and I mean, think about it. Like, you just woke up. Like, your mind isn't even there to connect that it's April Fool's.
Yeah.
Like, the screams, I can't even imagine the pressure I put on her heart. Like, oh, I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry. And then the universe pulled an April Fool's joke on me today. Like, I was like, are
Oh,
you
I
kidding
saw
me?
that.
Every single morning, I make myself my hot tea. I do like chrysanthemum tea for my immune system, or I do ginseng for my mental clarity. I do all sorts of like naturopathic stuff. It's the first thing I do in the morning. I open up my kettle, and I'm not kidding you. There's a poisonous spider in my kettle.
Swimming in it. Ready
Swimming in
for
the
you
water.
to start your day.
The reason I know that it's poisonous is because I've been bit by it before. So I knew this is the one that, like, when it bites, it's necrotic, so it eats away your skin. It's just ridiculous. It's called a brown sac spider. And I saw it, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, I wish this was an April Fool's joke. I wish this was not real. Like, what the? What a way to start
Could
your
you
day,
even
right?
drink after
Very
that?
first thing in the morning, you see poisonous spider, and can you imagine if I hadn't seen it and I poured my tea and like, I definitely would have seen it though, you guys. I'm not that unawake in the morning. That's not one of my issues. Yeah, I was just like,
Oh, I would not have been able to drink like for the next few hours.
I
I would
cleaned
just
out
be
that kettle like
picturing
6 times with soap because I was like, it's poisonous. What if it had something like on the legs or something and that goes into the water and then like I'll experience like paralysis or something? And I was like, what's going on? That's when my 3D like dictionary, like whatever it's called, when you go Google dictionary, like what's the worst thing that could happen if there's a spider in your tea?
If I see or hear of a spider, I'm already feeling the right? Like I just get so if I saw that in something I would have been drinking, I mean the rest of that day I would like feel tingles in my throat.
Thankfully that is not the case with me. Thankfully that is not the case. My girls were screaming their heads off. My girls were like, spider! But then they got into play mode and then they were playing Spider-Man and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh, wonderful. The energy is all spiders. And that's the thing though, you guys. Oh, you know what? My husband says I need to stop saying you guys so much on the show. So sorry, you guys. It's kind of part of me. That's the thing is our words have power. And the energy and the intention behind our words have power. So when you pull a prank or a trick on April Fool's Day, that has something to do with like an accident or something really bad, that has power. That's sending that into the quantum. That's sending that out into the universe. I guess I'm pleading that you guys stop or that you stop doing it.
Yeah. You know, like you said, it doesn't matter if we say it joking. You know, if I am joking with myself and I'm, you know, putting myself down in all the ways, but I'm laughing while I'm doing it.
Right. Still, the universe doesn't hear the laughter. No. The universe doesn't care. The universe literally, like when I'm teaching people about affirmations and bringing in, you know, their dreams and stuff, I always talk about, I'm like, well, if you're focusing on abundance, you don't say, I'm so grateful I'm out of debt or all this, because the universe hears that word debt. So just like really be very aware of your words and the intention behind the words when you are doing April Fool's pranks. Do kind, silly pranks that are going to make people laugh, maybe cry out of laughter because it's so silly. But please, please, please don't do the pranks that are going to really, truly terrify somebody and put them into an anxiety attack. Because honestly, some of the things that I did when I was younger, that could have actually caused an anxiety attack or worse. I cannot stand April Fool's Day. I did something fun with my daughter this morning, but I'm usually just like, unless you are a bestie, I will not respond to a text. I will not respond. Like, I just let it pass. Because I care so much. And so it gets me so deeply. I care so much about the people that are in my life that I'm just like, ah. So now you've been warned. Everybody's been warned. Don't you dare pull an April Fool's Day joke on me. Don't you dare. I will come get you. Me and my spider. Okay, so wait.
Yeah,
so
guarantee she did not kill that spider. Let me just say that. That spider still is alive. Nicole won't be squashing these little bugs that are in her home. She may have washed it down the sink.
Yes.
That's what you did.
I gave it a fighting chance. It's up to it. I will say that. When it's poisonous, though, it's a little different because I don't want that to attack my kids. And it's winter, so if I put it outside, that would have already kind of
Mm.
sent it on to its next journey. But
Okay.
okay, so in all seriousness though, the beautiful release that that Amy has taught her daughter, you're doing a class this weekend about energy with your children, right? Can you expand a little bit on that?
Yeah. So we've opened this class up to all ages, and it's interesting as I sat and started thinking, what is it, how would we accommodate this age group versus this age group? My go-to practices is something every age should be doing. And so it just may be we're using different words or maybe a different story to kind of help really connect with the different age groups. But we're
Yeah.
going through and in this, it's letting them hold and play with crystals, see what kind of intuition comes up into these, with the kids that we many times can dismiss as adults
Mhm.
because their imagination, we view it that their imagination is so much bigger and broader and beautiful this way that we view it as imagination instead of sitting down and intuitively saying, seeing the intuition with it. So it's a class that we're having them with all sorts of tools get familiar with and play around with. So we've got crystals, we've got oils. For the
Oh,
older
awesome.
kids, we're going to have a lot of oracle decks where it's, showing that the universe, if we're looking for a sign or a message, they're wanting to play with us. They're wanting to
Oh yeah.
help us. And so really getting into even decks that are I am statements. What is it that I really need to focus on and bring awareness to? And it could
Yeah.
just be a deck of different I am statements. I mean, look at how beautiful what comes out in there and so
Yeah.
much just awesome truth.
I have a
So,
small deck. It's for kids, so it's little for
yeah,
their hands, and it's a fairy deck. And
yeah.
it's just the cutest thing. It like encourages them to go connect to nature today, or go paint a painting, or be aware there could be somebody, trying to pull a little trick on you today, or whatever it might be. Like, it actually gives those messages. So yeah.
Ways of being
Oh, that's so beautiful. I
courageous,
love it.
reminders of that. So we'll sit and we'll
Yeah.
be doing breath work with them. We'll do meditation with them. This release mantra, really, really having them tap in and be able to feel and understand what their pure energy feels like after doing this kind of release mantra, helping them identify in their body if there's stiffness or pressure, being able to tap in and
Yeah.
really being able to be in their body and identify how to release also. So it's something I'm super excited for. My little 6-year-old has been begging and dying that I need to do it on a day that she's there because she wants to help teach.
Aw.
And I
Oh,
can't
that's
wait to
amazing.
see just what will come out of her in this. She is somebody, I remember she was like 4 years old. We're at this beach and here all of us are at one end. And after a few minutes, I realized my little 4-year-old's nowhere near me. And I look all the way down the beach line and I see her 100 feet away from me, sitting in the water as the waves are coming in, meditating.
Oh,
Like this in the pose and the yoga pose, and the waves are just slowly creeping up on her and going
yeah.
back out, and she's just in it.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
Our
that's so
kids, yeah,
beautiful.
they have so much to teach us.
So
So
Adriana
much.
too, like Adriana's 4.5 now. Last year we were at the club, and there's all these kids playing around, and she was in the kids pool. There's like a little fountain in the center, and I look over and she's literally right next to the pool. All these kids are screaming and she's meditating. Something must have happened to upset her, and she's just like, okay, I'm gonna center at
So it's
3.
so
Like, it was the
beautiful,
cutest. I
and
have a
that they
picture. I'll have to
know
post it. It was the cutest thing ever.
and knowing, I mean, going to the water, using the elements
Yeah.
to bring us in that grounded way has so
Yeah.
much power.
The intention and awareness with everything. Like, imagine teaching children at that age to start stepping into that and
Yeah.
recognizing the power that they have with the connection with the universe, with the connection with the flowers, with the connection with the wind, with the sun, with the it's just so beautiful. I can't wait. I
Mm.
can't wait for this class and to see what unfolds from this class and all these other things that are going to unfold, because as everybody knows, Amy is magic. So I do have to. Okay, so there's somebody that commented that this is not YouTube, that it's Twitch. I do want to let you guys know that this is streamed live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, like on 8 different platforms. So that's probably why you saw the subscribe, like us thing up there. I can't get to it because it's on Amy's side.
Yep.
But that's what that is.
Well,
So I will,
I can't.
So I will put the link below to subscribe on YouTube to the Wake Up with Giants TV global network platform, because it is amazing. There's over 500 videos and all this stuff. Like, it's just, there's so much inspiring, motivational stuff that you can connect to there. So yeah, but oh my gosh, this has been so much fun.
Yeah, let's bring in new energy. April 1st, first of a new month, first of a new quarter, first of
Yes.
not the first, but we're in Aries season now.
Yep.
Full moon, I think, is coming.
I think so, yeah. And actually, full moon energy
full
extends 3 days out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, Hugh! He did a spider! How dare you? How dare you? Just teasing. I'm teasing. I love it. It's okay. Just there better not be like anything coming down.
Dropping down on you.
I know. I'm like, oh. Yeah, when we were in Florida, my mother-in-law, so a couple years ago, I actually had a bird poop on my head. And, you know, they say it's good luck. And so I was sitting there having lunch, and they literally saw that almost happen again. And it just missed me. Like, it was like, just went by my shoulder. This time I didn't freak out. I was like, it's good luck. Okay, I'm good.
Is it all good luck? Remember how I was searching for the meaning of the lizard that fell from up above? I am naked, closing a door, ready to hop in the shower that I have running. And a lizard drops like on my shoulder, and I can feel the suction cups run down my whole body. It was like, I running on the shower, and I was like scrubbing myself off like crazy.
Oh, I can't tell you guys how many times in Bali, like, you know, she has those nets and stuff around her bed, and she'll like, well, it's one of those things where it's like 3 a.m. for me, but it's whatever for her, or actually opposite this time. But she calls me and she's like, I can't sleep. It's like this bug this big or something. Like, she saw it scurry across the floor, and she's like, I'm just staying awake all night. I'm staying awake all night. Help me stay awake all night. It's like,
even having a full, like, you know, mosquito net totally enclosing my bed, you know, and even seeing critters on the outside, I'm like, oh. And
I have those critters as my pets and my loved ones. Like, not the bugs, the lizards. We have a tangerine albino leopard gecko, and then now we have 2 little baby crested geckos, and they're the cutest things ever. And they jump. They have the cutest personality.
Oh,
you're like this big right now.
How
you're
cute!
Like, who are you? That's the thing. I've always loved lizards. I actually wanted to change my last name to Lizard Lover at one point. And in 2nd grade, I wrote a book about lizards. I was even writing books back then.
Makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels right now.
It does. I know. You should see, I have lizard earrings. I have lizard necklace. Like, everybody would just buy me things about lizards. And I tamed them. So people would actually come to me to help them tame their lizards. I had my own business going.
The lizard whisperer.
I was a lizard whisperer, and they traded me candy. Because at that point, I wasn't on my 5 elemental awareness diet of what is best for me. And I had a lot of candy because I actually, in Switzerland, so I'm originally from Switzerland, and I would barter with children. This was, gosh, I was 8 or 9 at this time, and I already had my own business. I would sell Tic Tacs as medicine for their ailments, and they would trade me candy.
You'd get candy. You're trading. Here's a pill that will help you sleep tonight.
Oh, Lordy.
And give me all your chocolate.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, I just hadn't found what the reality was, that it's the frequency of the intention of me offering that Tic Tac.
Hey, if they believe it's medicine, sometimes it's some pretty powerful stuff, what our mind can do in our own healing.
I know. Okay, so I have to ask you, can you hear that?
No.
Okay, good. I'm on a stool that like spins around.
Squeaky stool.
Yeah, and I was like, it's all squeaky. I'm like, can they hear that? And actually, this right here, this is actually a signed jersey, a Blackhawks jersey that I covered. It looks like a windowsill, doesn't it?
It does.
That's my daughter's crib blanket.
Oh, I can totally see that now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It just looks like
Now
a,
we're
you
getting
know,
slap
a
happy. The April
curtain
Fool's
blanket.
energy has taken over Nicole. Like, but that's what we thought. I said it was going to be fun. When Amy and I are together, you guys, we have so much fun, which I love. I love you so much.
Love you, honey.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I am going to quickly put up, follow Amy at A Being Sassy on Instagram. You want to continue to get all these beautiful messages and advice on energy and connecting to soul and chakras. Oh my gosh, the work she does with chakras and just any imbalance that you're experiencing, like she can really help guide you. And then her website, amybingham.com, if you want to just go ahead and book her for a session because she is absolutely amazing. And then if you just need a little bit more sparkle in your life, you can follow me as Sparkle with Nicole. So we just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Happy April Fools, you guys. Sparkle, spread positivity, abundance, respect, kindness, love everywhere.
And have the most beautiful day.
Bye.